Greetings to all, and welcome to this enlightening session with Neville Goddard. Today's video casts a light on the intricate interplay between the spiritual origins of events and their manifestations in the physical realm. We often misconstrue occurrences in our lives as mere coincidences or the outcome of physical causes. However, today's discourse aims to reveal a deeper truth: each event in the material world is rooted in a spiritual precursor. The so-called natural causes are merely a facade, a trick of our fleeting and imperfect memory. We tend to forget those moments when we envision certain scenarios, losing sight of our role in the manifestation of these events that unfold around us. We overlook the link between our inner creations and the external happenings. Blake pointed to a unique moment, a fleeting instant hidden from Satan and his minions, a time that eludes the mechanical march of time. In this sacred instant, the true seeker discovers their core and amplifies it. This moment, once seized, renews itself continuously throughout the day, provided it's rightly positioned. I encourage you all to stay with us till the end of this video as we embark on a journey of rediscovery. Let's peel away the layers of illusion, reconnect with our misplaced memories, and recognize our pivotal role in crafting the physical manifestations that shape our reality. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified about our latest inspiring uploads. Hit the like button to aid us in spreading this profound and transformative wisdom. Now, let's proceed on our quest for awakening and truth. Every occurrence in the physical world stems from a spiritual cause and not a physical one. What we perceive as physical causes are mere illusions, a failure of our transient memory. We forget the precise moments when we visualized certain outcomes. Thus, when these imagined states materialize and become visible, we fail to recognize our contribution to these events, denying our involvement due to our flawed recollection. There's a daily moment, as Blake articulates, that remains concealed from Satan and his timekeeping demons. Yet, this moment is where the true seeker thrives, multiplying its essence once discovered, continuously renewing itself if rightly utilized. By Satan, Blake metaphorically refers to doubt. Doubt remains oblivious. My desire in this world seems unattainable, countered by logic and naysayers. Doubt then becomes the voice of Satan, challenging the divine. The divine here is my own expansive human imagination. Thus, the battle is between faith and doubt, God and Satan. By envisioning myself as the person I aspire to be and adhering to that vision as if it were my reality, I can trace the connection between the realized dream and its spiritual inception, the moment of conception. To illustrate, let me recount a story shared through a letter from someone present tonight. He spoke of his barber, initially the least senior in his shop. For those unfamiliar, in barbershops, hierarchy dictates that the boss occupies the first chair. On slow days, the boss is the first to serve. In a shop of 4 chairs, the last waits the longest for a client. My friend, appreciating this barber's skill and passion, envisioned him not just as a proficient barber but as the best. Soon, this barber bought the shop, restructured the team, and began his ascent. Recently, he shared his heartfelt ambition to compete in a hairstyling contest in San Francisco. My friend visualized his victory, seeing the trophy as already his. Out of 9 state trophies, his shop won 4, a testament to the power of belief. He shares future ambitions for competitions in Southern California and Miami, ultimately aiming for an international contest in Brussels. I have no doubt in his success, for every physical manifestation originates from a spiritual vision, not from tangible causes, which are mere illusions of our fleeting memory. He mentioned a dream, a vivid one repeated thrice in one night, centered around his birthday. Though the details elude him, the dream featured a figure, perhaps Father Time, insisting on a specific date, contrasting with his known birthday. This narrative underscores the mysterious interplay between our spiritual visions and their unfolding in the physical realm. Amidst a sea of distractions and shallow pursuits, it's pivotal to dive deep into the essence of your consciousness. Envision yourself probing into questions of your true identity, your position in the cosmos, and the core of your being. The pursuit of these seemingly straightforward questions may lead to a cascade of deep, unexpected introspections. Paul encourages us not to be preoccupied solely with the transient external but to focus on the unseen, the everlasting. It is within this unseen domain that your states of being emerge and take shape, molding a state that profoundly influences your actions. Trust that any alteration in the state of your inner child can catalyze a revolution in your external reality. Your perceptions, relationships, and life experiences are on the brink of transformation in ways you can't yet fathom. If you're craving a true and significant shift in your existence, ready to question your long-standing beliefs, this video beckons you. Now is the moment to reevaluate your viewpoints, open up to the uncharted, and welcome the opportunity for deep change by seeking your authentic self. You have the power to initiate a significant internal shift that will bring healing to every facet of your life. The journey of transformation lies ahead. Embrace this path and let yourself be led by wisdom that surpasses the constraints of time and space. Bear in mind that knowledge is a precious asset that remains yours forever, and action is the crucial element in applying what you've learned. Before we proceed, I have a special request. If you're intrigued and ready to embark on this voyage of self-discovery and transformation, kindly like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and remember to subscribe to our channel. Your interaction with our content supports our mission to continue delivering videos rich with insightful and meaningful reflections. If you find this video beneficial, share it with at least 2 people in your circle. After all, knowledge grows when shared. Let's revisit our exploration and unlock the potential of your true essence. Sit quietly and ask yourself about your identity, your current location, and your aspirations. Your responses will unveil your consciousness state, your inner child. Paul taught us, we focus not on the visible, but on the invisible, for what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. The mystic perceives these states personified, they dictate your actions completely. Any shift in your inner child state will reflect in your external reality. Blake affirms that eternity is real, and everything within it transcends creation, an act born of compassion. Therefore, I see no one as merely just or unjust, for all are in a supreme state. Blake regards mercy as the recognition that states are eternal, created by God's compassion, encompassing all, not selectively. Thus, any conceivable situation already exists in eternity. When Blake stated, eternity exists, all within it is beyond creation, he suggested that all visible entities are transient, part of the universe's eternal framework. You are the driving force of your reality. Upon entering a scene, you animate it. Then, caught up in your own creation, you might forget your role as its animator. Observing it, you might doubt your influence, yet you are the instigator. We are living souls in a realm of mortality, destined to become life-giving spirits through compassion. Until then, we animate our perceptions. Questioning himself, Blake inquired, "Who will free me from this moral coil?" I assure you, no earthly force can, only the divine. Peter proclaims, "Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In His great mercy, He has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead." This holds true, for only through God's immense mercy can we be reborn. Now, immersed in a realm of perpetual mortality, you animate the inanimate, believing they operate independently of your perception. This cycle persists until divine mercy enlightens you with the presence of Christ within. Without Christ within, there can be no awakening. Thus, like Paul, you embody the death of Jesus, the tomb of His resurrection. Until awakening, you must navigate life in your current form, awaiting rebirth from above. You activate the life within this dreamlike world, where scenes lie dormant until your presence revives them, often unknowingly. You perceive struggles as external, yet they are mere reflections of your inner state. All existence is rooted in human imagination, with every phenomenon crafted solely by it. Without imagination, existence fades. If your world now knows scarcity, and you envision abundance, the scarcity vanishes. Thus, any shift within influences your life profoundly. Now, in a state of dormancy, we awaken to life through divine compassion. Scripture names this transformation Jesus Christ, for He resides within us. Upon His awakening, we emerge anew, liberated from mortality. Until then, you can transition between states, experiencing and moving on. Though physically present in one place, your desires can transport you elsewhere. Closing your eyes to your surroundings, envision your desired reality. Question the realities of that existence. If you were there, what would be different? Your answers, embedded in faith, bridge the gap between realms. Someone observing you might see you in one place, but through the power of imagination, you exist wherever you believe yourself to be. By aligning your imagination with your desires, you adjust to a state awaiting realization. In the narrative of Genesis, we're told of a moment when Jacob encounters a well in the field, shielded by a stone. He moves the stone aside to water his flock and then returns the stone to its place. Unlike transforming water into wine, Jacob draws forth water, hidden by the stone. This tale serves as a metaphor, illustrating that all stories bear deeper, allegorical meanings. To perceive these accounts as mere historical facts is to miss the essence of their wisdom, thereby failing to tap into the imaginative power necessary to draw water from the stone, to nourish and guide those in our care. This concept is further exemplified through the story of Isaac and his sons, Esau and Jacob. Isaac, whose vision has faded, is tricked by Jacob into bestowing a blessing meant for his firstborn, Esau. Jacob, disguising himself with goatskins to mimic his brother's hairy skin, deceives his father. This act of trickery, though seemingly unjust, illustrates a profound psychological truth. To achieve our desired state, we must sometimes suspend disbelief and reject the limitations presented by our current reality. By closing our eyes to the facts of life and envisioning ourselves as we wish to be, we engage in a transformative act of imagination, clothing ourselves in the garments of our aspirations. Despite the world's denial of our envisioned state, when we emerge from this imaginative act, the blessing, once given, cannot be revoked. Like Isaac, who could not take back his blessing from Jacob, the universe cannot undo the shift that occurs within us once we commit to our vision. This narrative underscores the irreversible nature of true change initiated by faith and imagination. Moving forward, the discussion shifts to the symbology of transformation and fulfillment of Scripture, as seen through the journey with the faithful dog to the promised land, a journey only possible through faith. Similarly, the story of Moses and Joshua highlights the necessity of creative power for transformation. Moses, representing law and order, cannot enter the promised land without the fertilizing force represented by Joshua, whose name signifies salvation and creative power. This dynamic underscores the essential interplay between structure and creativity, law and imagination, for the realization of potential. In essence, this narrative invites us to recognize the power of imagination to transcend apparent barriers, to fertilize the perfect egg of our potential with the sperm of our creative vision. By doing so, we align ourselves with a divine pattern of creation, where entering and leaving without a trace symbolizes the seamless manifestation of our desires in the material world. Through this understanding, we come to see ourselves as both the creators and the creations of our world, embodying the divine capability to bring forth life from the seemingly inert, to realize the salvation plan encoded within us. This profound realization, that we are at once the divided and the whole, the human and the divine, encapsulates the essence of our journey towards self-realization and fulfillment of the divine plan. It is a testament to the power of imagination and faith to bridge the gap between what is and what could be, leading us toward the ultimate realization of our divine nature and purpose. In an era where awakening from the dreamlike state of life signifies rebirth, a man experiences his second birth, a celestial ascent, if aligned with that profound spirit. This rebirthing is akin to the serpent's rise, not with guile, but in a dynamic, spiraling lightning bolt that pulsates through the skull, seeking release until surrender is achieved. This force then becomes the catalyst in the sacred union with his divine counterpart. This evening, we engage in an experiment of consciousness, descending from lofty heights to the immediacy of the present, where each moment holds infinite potential. Should there be a desire, that precise moment can be isolated, enveloped in the sensation of the desired outcome as if it were already reality. This moment of intention, rich with the textures of existence as though the wish were fulfilled, is not to be lost. It is fertile, bound to materialize in the physical realm, donning the guise of tangible fact. Whether it summons the vastness of the world for its manifestation, or an army of individuals, the specifics are irrelevant. Without discussion, this seed of intention is planted with trust in its inevitable growth, left to flourish unattended, for its emergence in your life should come as no surprise. Desiring wealth is acceptable. However, the distinction between rich and poor is merely a variation of states. The essence of the individual remains untouched by financial status. A person enveloped in poverty is no different from one swathed in affluence, except in their external circumstances. The impoverished man, unaware of his power to shift states, remains ensnared. Yet, these are merely transient states among an infinite spectrum, and one can choose to vacate an undesired state through the conscious planting of a celestial moment, embodying the desired state with conviction. Wealth, after all, is subjective, its significance fluctuating with perspective. What might signify security to one could spell insecurity to another, underscoring that wealth and material abundance bear little on spiritual evolution. Every state of being offers a choice. If poverty displeases, one need not accept it, just as the burdens of immense wealth can be declined for those who wish not to be encumbered. Obsession with wealth can eclipse spiritual pursuits, as the wealthy often find themselves preoccupied with their assets, their attention tethered to the material. This fixation can detract from the pursuit of deeper understanding, illustrating that all states of existence are mere scenarios within the grand tapestry of life. Our actions, driven by imagination, shape our reality. The seeds of imagination, once sown, are destined to bear fruit, linking cause and effect across the spiritual and physical realms. Therefore, every occurrence in our lives traces back to a spiritual origin, with imagination as the sole architect. Recognizing that the human imagination is divine, and we are its vessels, empowers us to embrace our role as creators of our destiny. This divine creativity asserts that we are the sole source of our experiences, urging us to assume full responsibility for our reality. By actively embodying this creative power, we transcend the limitations of our current state, weaving the fabric of our desires into the physical world. As we delve into silence, let us remember that our imagination is the conduit through which all things manifest, urging us to engage with this power not just in theory, but in the tangible act of creation, transforming the water of potential into the wine of realized dreams.